Welcome back, everyone. This is GTA Failer. In our last video, we completed Uzi Rider. Next up is the third King Courtney mission. This one is called Gangcar Roundup. So we're all going to watch the cutscene together in just a few moments. And again, I will hush during that cutscene because I'm all in on the Jamaican accent. But what I want you to watch for as we check out this cutscene is King Courtney saying the phrase Diablo Infernus. Those two words, Diablo Infernus. Okay, well, that is actually not a vehicle in this game. I'll explain a little bit from the wiki right after the cutscene. But when he says Diablo Infernus, the game is going to change that in the subtitles to read Diablo Stallion, which is a thing in this game. So listen for Diablo Infernus, and we'll see Diablo Stallion in the subtitles.
I want you to steal me some gang car so we can do some naughty thing on our enemy turf. I want me a mafia sentinel, a yakuza stinger, and a Diablo Inferno so we can hit up any gang in Liberty. Drop them off at the garage in Newport and hear this. They're no use to me, all broke up now.
Okay, so hopefully you heard the reference to a Diablo Infernus. So now reading from the wiki, during development of GTA 3, the Infernus was the Diablo's gang car before being replaced by the Stallion. The subtitles read Diablo Stallion. So there you go. Okay, the premise of this mission is pretty simple. We need to go get one of each of those three cars that King Courtney mentioned, the Diablo Infernus, sorry, the Diablo Stallion, the Mafia Sentinel, and the Yakuza Stinger, and bring them to this garage that's marked on the map. I'm going to the garage now with a vehicle that the garage does not want, just to demonstrate that the garage door will not open because we're not in one of those three requested vehicles. And I hope that if you are doing this mission on your own, that you've written down or you could remember the names of those three cars, because the game does not tell you again, hey, here are the cars that we need. Okay, the reward for finishing this mission is 10,000 bucks, and finishing this mission unlocks the final King Courtney mission. He has four missions. This is number 3 of 4. The upcoming King Courtney mission is called Kingdom Come. Okay, I'm going to, so here it says take it to the garage because I'm in one of the vehicles that King Courtney wants. And now we're going to damage it on purpose and then get this message says, hey, you have to go repair it. So what I intended to do is the opposite of repair it. What I intended to do is make it catch on fire. And I guess I did, but not the way that I intended. I thought I was just going to get it to take enough damage to catch fire. Instead, we got GTA physics and okay, fire. But it's not a mission fail, even though like that was a vehicle that King Courtney wanted, because we could take any Yakuza sticker, right? So that particular one is acceptable, but it's not unique. So you don't fail when you lose the vehicle that you're in. So here we just drive away a little bit and then head back over to the Yakuza Stinger, which has respawned. Remember, the Yakuza Stingers are easy to recognize, different from the rest of the Stingers because of this pink or purple back and spoiler on the trunk there. Okay, so King Courtney has standards for the condition of the vehicles that he will accept, and if you damage the vehicle a little bit, you could be okay just bringing it in a little bit damaged, but if you damage it too much, then you get that warning that we saw. And the paint spray is conveniently marked on the map during the whole mission. We're on Staunton. And now we're going to damage it again just to see the message again. And then you bring it right back in. It's no problem at all. Then I wanted to know what would happen if I lit this car on fire. Like, would I get the message that says, "Hey, you better fix that because it's on fire." So what I wanted to do was get it on fire and then quickly drive it into the paint spray in the hopes that I could put out the fire before it blows up. So that's the plan here. So no, the car is on fire, and there's take it to the garage. I'm told to take a flaming Stinger to the garage, which is interesting. So King Courtney has standards that don't seem consistent to me. And now we'll head over to the garage and we'll do some experiments. When I first started planning this this episode, I didn't think there'd really be too much interesting for this mission because you just go find three cars, three particular gang cars, and you bring them to the garage one at a time, and that's it. But we did actually did find some things that I think were interesting. So here's the more of the research phase. What if the Stinger is in this garage and it blows up? So I think I was intending for it to. Okay, yeah, this is a different thing. So I was intending to like have it catch on fire while it was in the garage. But you can see because it's so damaged, even though I've got it in there and I back out, the garage door does not close. So I can't get credit for this vehicle because the garage door wouldn't close. So just fast forwarding back to the pay and spray and then fast forwarding back to the garage. And now what I think we're going to test here is trying to catch this car on fire while it's in the garage. So that's the idea here. So how are we going to do that? Oh, never mind. We just passed it. Okay. So the Yakuza gang car is boosted. That's the message you get when you successfully drop off one of these three vehicles. So this is a different attempt. I started over off video because the mission does not want multiple Yakuza gang cars, just one. So we're going to catch this thing on fire. And then the door closes on a lit Yakuza gang car, and we get credit. Outstanding. Okay, different save file again. Oh, sorry, no, on this save file, we are going to go get into a different Yakuza Stinger, even though we've already boosted one, just to show you what the game says when you get into a vehicle that you've already, that like was required, but that you've already dropped off. So let's check out the message here. Right, you've already boosted a Yakuza gang car. Yeah, and so we'll drive this one over to the pay and spray, sorry, to the garage, just in case. I didn't expect anything interesting to happen, and it didn't, but just wanted to be thorough here. And in our next attempt, which again is me restarting the mission and cutting out the beginning parts, yeah, so nothing happens. Garage door doesn't open. It doesn't care about this thing. You could damage it. You could get it blown up. Makes no difference. This car is just a regular car as far as the game is concerned. Okay, so this is, again, a brand new attempt at this. I restarted the mission. And what I wanted to do is try to get this vehicle to blow up while it was inside. So not just catch fire and then have the garage door close on the fire, but let's toss a grenade and see what happens. Okay, ouch. So I got a little bit blown up. The car got a lot blown up. And then me pushing it back in the car just to see if King Courtney would take a blown up car. So I didn't get to test that. But we'll test it here. We're going to do some more testing. So this is, again, me trying to blow up the car and have it stay inside the vehicle. Sorry, stay inside the garage. So here I'm going to get blown up out and get pushed out. And then Yakuza gang car boosted. Outstanding. So you can deposit a blown up car. And then here's another attempt. So this time, we're going to light this car on fire times, but I don't want to get blown up myself and shoved out of the garage, which has happened a couple of times now. So after the third time, the Stinger will catch fire for good, and then it'll blow up a few seconds after that. So here we're going to see the fire change right there. And then I get further into the garage so that when I get blown up, I won't get blown up out of the garage. So we'll keep the garage door open here. And now I'm a little bit hurt, but that's okay. I can back out of the garage and see if King Courtney will accept the condition of this vehicle. Indeed. Indeed, he will. Okay, so I think I'm done fooling around with this garage. So I cut out the long drive over to St. Mark's because one of the other two vehicles we need is the Mafia Sentinel. And there's two fixed ones up here over at Salvatore's. One of them is missing. Possibly it got blown up while I was driving it. We don't talk about that. Okay, so I will drive this one back towards Staunton. Spoilers, we're not actually going to get there in this attempt, but I'll point out that the Mafia is mad at us for the rest of the game, and so they're going to shoot and damage this car. And check out that the pay and spray shows up. Like, go back a few seconds in this video, just rewind it. There's two pay and sprays showing up here only because I'm in a vehicle that King Courtney wants, and it's damaged, and I'm on Portland. That Portland pay and spray was not shown until the car was damaged here on Portland. And if I were to take that damaged Mafia Sentinel and drive it over to Staunton, the pay and spray on Portland icon would disappear once I got onto Staunton proper. Okay, as you can see, driving around in St. Mark's is risky, and you might just blow up after 2 or 3 shots of the shotgun. Here, I want to demonstrate that I will not get pulled out of the vehicle, even if there's no passenger door, as long as I'm looking left or right. So you can see here, like the Diablo wants to pull me out because they're hostile towards me for the rest of the game, but they don't pull me out unless I'm looking forward. I wonder if they pull me out if I'm looking backwards. And then I'm going to get back in my car, and then I'm going to look to the side again before taking off, because otherwise I think I might be pulled out immediately if there was a Diablo over there on that by the open driver's side door. So that technique, I think, may prove handy in the future. Okay, so I only came up with, going back to the when I got blown up in the Mafia Sentinel. So driving around St. Mark's is very dangerous for the rest of the game, and so we're going to really try to avoid it as much as possible. So in this video, I will show you a way to get that Mafia Sentinel from um, Salvatore's mansion and to drive it away from St. Mark's without driving on any roads in St. Mark's. That is, without interacting with any of those angry mafia. Okay, so I only came up with one interesting idea, or an idea that I had to try to make a challenge for myself for this video, or for this mission, I should say, and that was to lure like each of these three gang cars back so that I didn't actually have to drive it over here. So here, I got this Diablo stallion to follow me. The only way I was able to do that was by shooting some of his buddies while he saw me. Like I had to be close to him and shoot some of his buddies, and that got him interested in me. And then I did kind of the long, slow drive, which I fast forwarded through. Look out to get him to follow me and not despawn if I got too far away from him. All right, so this was the best I could do. Ultimately, I still have to drive the thing, and it just didn't seem interesting to do or interesting to watch. So I bailed on that idea. So this, so we're not gonna try that anymore. I'm just gonna do this mission vanilla. At the end of this video. So here is my final attempt. I typically don't fast forward during my final attempt, but there's a lot of long, boring driving that you've already seen and that you'll continue to see in this attempt. So some of these drives are going to be fast forwarded. So I'm not cutting anything, but I am fast forwarding some of the uneventful drives between the two islands. So, because this mission has a lot of uneventful driving, I figured I might show you or share with you. Okay, this is me going to get that Sentinel without driving on any roads in St. Mark. So, regular speed here going over to the beach and then up the back way towards Salvatore's mansion. So I thought I might share with you my speed strat for completing this mission when I play this game at 100%. And so the idea is that there's two these gang cars that only spawn in Portland and not in Staunton. So that's the Diablo Stallion and then the Mafia Sentinel, which is what we're getting here. And so, an efficient way to get those vehicles over to Portland without doing what we're doing here, which is to just drive. Sorry, I said over to Portland. I meant over to Staunton. Is to find other moments in the game where you are naturally in Portland and going to Staunton. And anytime you have one of those, try to. I should have gone faster over that hill. I didn't mean to clip into that wall, so I got lucky. I didn't flip my stallion. But trying to find natural points in the game where you are driving from Portland to Staunton anyway, and so you might as well just bring one of these two cars over to Staunton and then store it in your garage. Okay, so here we are again, avoiding St. Mark's, which is off to the left. I don't even want to make a left on this road, so we're going to take this little ramp and then off to the right over to the tunnel. So the rest of the drive is straightforward, but that's how we avoid driving on any St. Mark's roads, picking up and then driving the Sentinel out. Okay, here's my speed strat. During Sayonara Salvatore, there's naturally some waiting time while you wait for Salvatore to come out of Luigi so that you can shoot him. And so while I'm waiting, I look around for Diablo Stallion, which is convenient because I'm right there in Diablo Stallion territory. And then once I find one, either while waiting for Salvatore, or if I can't find one, I'll just go shoot Salvatore when he comes out, and then I'll pick one up, a Diablo Stallion there. And then at that moment, I drive the Diablo Stallion back to Staunton, from Portland back to Staunton, and I drop it off in my Staunton safe house garage. And then I move on to the next mission in my order, which is the nearby multi-story mayhem off-road mission, just in that parking garage right by the pay and spray we just left. Okay, so that gets me a Diablo in my garage. No, and then I do a mission called Deal Steal later on, which we haven't done yet. But when I do my 100% order, I do the King Courtney missions later in my steps than I'm doing here in this video series. So I do this mission called Deal Steal, which naturally brings me from North Portland to Staunton. And so during that mission, I pick up a Mafia Sentinel and deposit it into my Staunton safe house garage. So here I was just intending to drive back to Portland to go pick up a Diablo Stallion, but I saw off to the right there, I don't know if you caught it, a Secura car. And it was a while ago when we did this, but right after we completed Van Heist, which is a pretty early mission for Joey, Here, I think I'm going to look to the side so I don't get pulled out by the Colombian cartel. I really am liking this knowledge that I have now about not getting pulled out. So we finished Van Heist, and after finishing Van Heist, we got a message on our beeper that said, "Hey, I really want secure vans. Bring them to me." And so we did. I already dropped off one secure van into this kind of unmarked garage over in Portland Docks, and it turns out that they will accept 10. It's not required for 100% completion of the game, but this is 100% plus, so we're doing it. So I've already dropped off one, which I kind of I got in a cheesy way by just grabbing it from my that import-export garage there that I accidentally went to. And I'm going to get the other 9 out in the wild. Like this is the first of 9 more that we're going to get in the wild. So I'll just grab them when I see them. They're pretty rare. The first time that we dropped one of these things off, which I think is in the Van Heist video, if you go back and check it out, we got a $5,000 reward. And in this case, we get a $4,500 reward. And the reward will go down by $500 for every future secured car we drop off. Okay, and then getting back to my speedrun strat as I drive over to Hepburn Heights to try to find a Diablo Stallion while still avoiding St. Mark's territory. Let's see. So then, when I'm ready to do this mission that we're on right now, the gangcar roundup. So I've just completed Uzi Rider in my speedrunning route. Here I am again, looking to the side so I don't get pulled down. So in my speedrunning route, I do Uzi Rider, which we did in the last video, and then immediately I do gangcar roundup next in my order. And so in my route, I finish Uzi Rider, then I make the short drive from the ending mission marker in Uzi Rider, which is where we started. I think we just had a cut there. I apologize. Well, maybe we didn't have a cut. I don't know what you saw. But anyway, we just drop off the Diablo Stallion. So I go from the ending mission marker of Uzi Rider, which is where we started this video in, and then I make the short drive over to Asuka's and I pick up the fixed Yakuza Stinger, which is where I'm headed right now, and from her parking area, and then I drive it to the green phone icon to start Gangcar Roundup, and then immediately I bring the Yakuza Stinger that I'm in over to the special car garage, the special garage. And then from there, I jack any car that's nearby, and I make the short drive to the Staunton Safe House, and I pick up the Mafia Sentinel, and then bring it to the special garage, and then I make the short drive back to the Safe House, Staunton Safe House garage, and pick up the Diablo Stallion and bring it to the special garage. So anyway, I don't make any trips between islands, specifically during this mission when I speed run this mission. Okay, so we've already dropped off 2 of the 3 vehicles. All we have to do is the short drive from the location of our favorite Yakuza Stinger there by Asuka's back to this special garage, and then it will be mission passed. So this mission can be pretty long because naturally I think you'd have 2 long drives between Staunton and Portland and back. But if you plan ahead, like I mentioned before with the speedrun strat that I follow, then it goes pretty quick. So there you go. You saw 10,000 bucks, and the next green phone mission is available to us. That will be where we start in the next video. I think all I'm going to do is refill my health a little bit. It's pretty high, but I think we might take some damage in the next video, which is final King Courtney mission called Kingdom Come. And so we'll refill the health and then just head back over to the green phone icon and save and then call this done. So I kind of do like this mission because of the kind of efficient way that I've got it routed with the sort of minimizing the trips, the extra trips between the 2 islands. But doing this mission casually, it can be kind of long and also risky driving around St. Mark's while the Mafia are mad at you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.